Welcome back to the league that means nothing on Go Again Gaming.
We're so back for another season. Bigger, better, badder means even less. It's the league that means nothing. I am your voice of the league, Ian Holland, and thank you once again for joining me on my commentary journey. Today, we've got a spicy one. We've got Mario, Arachne, Marionette, and The Brood, piloted by Donald Kell, taking on Sophia Romeo, Arcano from last season, who is feeling a little bit wacky, has decided to become a silly Billy playing Oscilio. Maybe Taylor Crawford got to her. Who knows? I have no idea how this matchup goes, I'm not going to lie. Generally speaking, Assassin, quite bad for Oscilio, who blocks like crap. A lot of instants, a lot of 2 blocks. And, you just got to have it when you need to have it. Mario blocks very well. That AB spell void equipment that the assassins have access to is busted. At the same time, Oscilio does throw a lot of physical damage as well. So it'll be very interesting to see who's going to win. Is it going to be Arachne Marionette marking, calling upon the Brood, and disappearing into the night, assassinating a... How do you assassinate a giant construct of energy, actually? Oh well, we're going to find out in the gameplay. We're going to throw it over. Maybe Sophia will blow him up. Who knows? There's only one way to find out. The only way to begin is by beginning, and it's the only way to learn what's going to happen. Over to the gameplay.
This episode of League That Means Nothing is sponsored by The Lazy Dog on behalf of Food Not Bombs, an aid group that aims to feed people in need. In the difficult times that we live in, the best thing we can do is continue to support one another. So thank you very much for Lazy Dog for sponsoring and putting your message out there. Thank you.
Okay, we have Sophia rocking that gorgeous fealty playmat coming from the world premiere in Prague versus... It's a little bit sick and twisted for Arachne to be using the playmat of the Emperor of Valkor. Is that a bit like, is that a bit weird? Anyone else think that's a bit weird? But Arachne coming in here with Spell Void 1. Sophia starting with a Sigil of Brilliance. Very powerful Oscilio card. Counter on Volzar. Activating Volzar for free because we control the Sigil. And an Etchings of Arcana. So just a 4-ball, turn 1, looking to even up those life totals. Arachne with only 1 AB, you had to pitch 1. We're going to pitch an Infiltrate, taking the 3. And Sophia, anything else? Nope, just an Arsenal Pass. Let's see what Donald has. AB1. The ceremonial arcane barrier, as some might call it. It is simply there to stay alive, to look like you're making an effort into the wizard matchup. Donald having a wee think. This Sigil obviously going to draw Sophia a card. In comes Mark with the Black Widow. Oh, wait. But, Ian, you say, she's not marked. There's no go again. What are we going to do? We're going to flick knives. Come on. Read the cards. This set has been out for a while. We know what's happening. But Sophia going to block with our equipment here, including this Flash of Brilliance. Flash of Brilliance allowing us to discard a lightning card, to bounce a lightning card. So we're going to discard an Electromagnetic Somersault, very powerful lightning card. Return Sigil of Brilliance. Because Sigil of Brilliance leaves the arena, Sophia draws another card. And in comes the Flick Knives. Pichu! Hunter's Clave into the neck of a giant construct, marked for assassination, making this a 4 power attack. Again, we go back to what I said. How? How does this work? Someone explain this to me. Making it a 7 power attack, I guess. And in comes a fate foreseen to cover up 7. God damn. Jesus. You know, when someone just has it all, baby, just got it. She's just got it all. But what's Donald going to follow up with? 2 cards in hand here. Looks like we're closing the combat chain, baby. Pew pew. Moving to the end. 4 cards in hand for Sophia at the end of that after blocking 7. Roll for Arachne. We get 1, 2, 3, 4 is, yeah, Redback, the worst one. No discernible effect. Obviously, I think maybe in this specific instance, Trapdoor would be the worst one, but it's pretty good in some other matchups. But Redback is pretty mediocre right now into the Silly Billy himself. Oh god, yeah, we're just comboing. Sure, Blossom of Spring, Lightning Griefs. We get to combo. All of our instants have go again, and for those on the uninitiated, when an instant has go again, it means you net an action point, which is busted. So we're now going to 2 action points playing this Sigil of Brilliance, and our first trigger on Volzar into a Blast to Oblivion, going to 1 action point and triggering Volzar up to 2. So this is coming in here for 4. Core whole physical damage. Cool. We're going to play electromagnetic somersault. So we're going to gain an action point, return Sigil of Brilliance to draw a card, and return our Blast Oblivion to our hand. So 4 damage is dealt. We net an action point here. We're still at 2. We amp to 3. And return Blast to Oblivion. Sure. Why not? And out comes our Sigil of Brilliance, gaining us another action point, netting us another trigger on Volzar, and the same Blast to Oblivion, up to 5, down to 2. No blocks declared by Donald. We're going. Okie dokie. Now let's stop the jokey. This is so silly. Right, we're going to do this. Do you want to see me do this? You want to see me do it again? Return the sigil, draw a card, potentially deal 4 damage. Starting to think Sophia should have cracked bindings, ether bindings of the 3rd age at this point. But that's coming back to hand. Oh my god. We're up at 6. Here's a Gone on a Flash. Coming in for 4. Going to 2 action points. Amping 7. Blocking 3. Donald seeing the writing on the wall here. Responding to this, yeah, taking 1 in the resolution of damage so that we can gain. Oh, we don't need to do that. We just need to deal the damage. Bounce this gun with flash. Up to 3 action points. Up to amp 8. Many, 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 many cards in hand. Here's another Blast to Oblivion. Going to 2 action points now. Blocking 3. Amping like 8 or 9. I don't know. Combo. Right, we have a Sigil of Ether. Returning. Drawing. Up to 3 action points. So it's another 4 damage here. I really genuinely think Ether Bindings might have just really, just been overkill. But it would have been good. Now we have a Gone on a Flash. We know there's at least 1 instant in the deck. So we're up to amp 10 now. Sure. Taking a point from the Gone on a Flash. Going to return it by playing a Sigil of Brilliance. Up to 11. Up to 3 action points again. Return Gone on a Flash. Whee! Stop me if you've seen this one before. Alright, we're up to 12 amp. We're still at 2 action points. We have another 4 damage coming in here. 4 taken by Donald. Do we have any more instants by any chance? It does not appear to be. We're going to just amp 12 with 1 of our action points and send in a Mind Warp for 14. We're going to AB1. We're going to take 13 to 9. We still have actions. We're going to Arsenal. I don't think we would have killed with Ether Binding there, but it would have been damn close. Donald just going to tick up the tunic and attack with an infect. I feel like Sophia can just be benevolent and let him feel like he's doing something and take 3 here. Yeah, we're taking 3. We'll take the blood rot. It's fine. I imagine we're going to crack our Ether Bindings of the 3rd age here. Let's find out. Yeah, so we have 2 sigils to crack. We're going to crack Ether Bindings of the 3rd age, so that's going to give us 2 amp at least, if not more. Every time a sigil would leave, play this turn, amp 1. Sure. So we're going to resolve Sigil of Brilliance first, drawing a card. Then we're going to resolve Sigil of Ether, threatening a point of arcane damage to Donald. If damage is dealt this way, amp 1. Donald electing wisely, perhaps, to prevent 1. Oh, there was the amp from the sigil, from the Ether Binding, of course. So we get the amp anyway. Who cares? I hate wizards, man. They're so confusing. Just 0 for 4 me to death, please. I understand how that works. And here's a Sigil of Conductivity. Trigger Volzar. Amping 1. Well, potentially amping 1. We've got a freebie. Blast to Oblivion. Coming in for 3. Yellow Blast. Up to 2 amp on Volzar. Yeah, Donald going to block. Why not? What does Sophia have here? Has a blink, netting us an action point, returning our sigil, generating embodiment of lightning, triggering Volzar up to 3, triggering Ether Binding. I think we missed a Volzar trigger here. Not that I think it's going to be super relevant here. Even so. And down comes the Sigil of Conductivity for 3. Should be 4. And then Eclectic Magnetism coming in here for 5 with Go Again. Go Again from the Embodiment of Lightning. Allows us to play a non-attack as an instant. So this is 5 Go Again, asking for a couple more cards from Don. Yeah, Donald giving up a card here on block, plus Tunic. Going to take 1 to 6. And then we're going to Volzar, plus Ether Binding for a Destructive Ether Tide coming in here for 7 total. I think it should have been 8. Even so, AB1. We've got AB1, Spell Void 1. We would take 5. I think Donald is just packing it in, sees the writing on the wall. Yeah, so why isn't Oscilio winning everything? Just do that. That was crazy. Sophia, what the hell? What's it like just drawing all the cards? I've often said this. Games are easy, just draw the good cards. Sophia showing us exactly how it's done there with Oscilio. Hey, Donald, get him in the next one. I don't know what to tell you, bro. That's some bad beats right there. Well done, Sophia, moving to 1-0. Donald, submarine bracket time, baby. Let's go. Hell of a performance there. Sophia obviously here for a good time, not a long time, just here to get in, get out, get the job done, go back to doing whatever being a giant energy construct is that you do. But I hope you liked the video. If you did like the video, make sure you like the video down below. Comment, tell us how excited you are to see the League That Means Nothing return for a 4th season. And we keep getting bigger, man. So exciting. After you're done commenting, make sure you subscribe so that you get all of the League That Means Nothing into your YouTube notifications. And it lets us know that we really appreciate all of the hard work he does bringing us gameplay like this. Other than that, I would love to thank all of our sponsors. There's so many of them this season, and they're making it all possible for us to keep this going. Both myself and Az very busy, him even more so than me, and that just helps us keep things ticking over. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Like I said, I have been your voice of the league, Ian Holland. Finals_spirit on Twitter that I don't use anymore, and finalspirit.bsky.social, where you're much more likely to find me engaging in conversation around either the gym or Flesh and Blood or anything else that has caught my hyperfixation that week. But for now, I love you and leave you. But don't worry, I ain't gone too long. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.